So one of the last things that I managed to do in Division 2 right before Cyberpunk 2077 came out was get the Capacitor, which, if you didn't know, that's the new exotic assault rifle that you get from Summit. Now, all you have to do is basically just complete 5 of the new challenges. And basically the easiest way that I did it was I put Summit on normal and just activated some directives just to basically make it a little bit easier to, choose which challenge I wanted and to basically just give me a little bit extra experience for my, season levels. Now, the easiest ones that I found were Headhunter and Talented Techie, which are basically just headshot kills and skill kills. Pretty easy to get. Then for the Summit challenges, I just did the Sidearm Specialist, Quick Climber, and Guardian Award. So basically just 3 floors with a sidearm, 3 floors in 15 minutes or less, and then 3 floors without an agent being downed. And of course, since it's being on normal and I love my pistol builds, it was pretty easy to do those. Now, the only question that I have left for the Summit challenges is, does anybody know what the actual blueprints that are left for the additional, reward tiers are? I haven't really looked into it, but if you do know what those blueprints are, let me know in the comments below. Now, looking at the Capacitor itself, I do have to say this weapon, I don't like to say this, but compared to a lot of the other weapons currently, I do think this thing is a tad bit overpowered. And I don't say that in a bad way, I just think the exotics are really lacking. I think this exotic really does show, what the power level of an exotic should be. Now, it does make me a little worried just because it is very strong. I mean, this is probably hands down the best weapon that you're going to use for almost any build. Even just non-skill builds could probably benefit a huge amount from this weapon. And you look at another weapon, another AR, the SIG 556. Slightly increased RPM and a bigger magazine, but the damage, look at that damage difference. That's almost 25k more damage per bullet. So to put that into context, for every 4 bullets of the SIG, all I need is 3 bullets from the Capacitor, and I get that damage. Now, when you look at the actual talent on the Capacitor, which is capacitance, so you shoot an enemy building up a stack of 40, and then each stack grants 1.5% skill damage, and that decays after 5 seconds with 1 stack per second. So it's not really that hard to maintain this buff once you get it. It might be difficult to get the buff fully on like legendary difficulty if you're just a squishy skill build, but again, it's not really that difficult. It's not that unfeasible to actually get this. But the other side of this is it's also giving you 7.5% weapon damage for each skill tier that you have. So if you are a full 6-tier skill build, you are getting 3 free red rolls for weapon damage. And then all you need to do to make a really effective hybrid would just be to add crit chance, crit damage to those. And the other thing I just want to touch on with this weapon is that the attributes are actually a little bit different. So you get a damage to armor roll instead of the damage to health, and your attribute becomes health damage. That damage to armor does apply to a lot of your skills. So not only are you getting damage just because of the talent, but you're getting extra skill damage because of the damage to armor on specific targets. So if this is PvP, you're getting that damage on players. If this is against a lot of elite enemies or bosses, excluding the heavies and the mechanical enemies, you're getting an additional bonus of damage on them from your skills. So honestly, yeah, I do expect them to nerf this. I mean, it is extremely strong. I mean, it makes a lot of the other exotic ARs just look silly, just the amount of damage that it's putting out. It's even doing more damage than my AK. This is a very easy weapon to get. All you have to do is jump into Summit, complete 5 of those challenges, and you get it. I mean, not too hard. The biggest difficulty is just forcing yourself to go back into Summit. That was the biggest difficulty for me. But if you guys have some cool stuff that you're using yourself, whatever kind of builds that you're using, I was just testing it out with my Eclipse protocol. But, tell me what you guys are using in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.